Okay, YouTube, here's the deal. We want to talk today about authority. Authority that is given to police by any government or society. When we talk about authority delegated to the police, we want to talk basically about the authority that's given to a certain individual who decides to become a police officer. Those people are given power by the state or by the government to enact the laws initiated by that particular government or society. But today we don't really want to talk about them enacting the laws. We want to talk about abuse of power. Okay, so typically by being a certain human being in any society or government that is controlled by a political system, that enacts a judicial system, that enacts a police system, that enacts a system of lawyers, attorneys, and legislation that has to be enforced by any means. So being that I'm from the United States, so I'm a black man, and most authority figures are going to target certain demographics or certain individuals more so than others. So being a black man from the United States of America, being a black man from the United States in Washington, D.C., or any sort of metropolitan area, you have to see that the authority figures are targeting more so individuals than others. Okay? But what we want to talk about today is authority as a whole. If you want to go ahead and be a certain individual and enjoy your right to space, you have to take a look and say that I'm a born individual in this society, on this planet. I have a right or entitlement to the nature, the land, and to be able to do what I do as long as in my realms of what is respectful and what is not respectful. As long as you're not damaging to society, you're not being a menace to society, you're not assaulting people, you are respectful to the environment, you should be able to do what you do. In certain situations, whether I've gone out to public areas or public parks, and whether I'm abiding by the laws or not, you're still getting harassed by police. Say for instance, if you want to go out to a public park and you want to enjoy a couple beers or do whatever you do, you should be able to do that. You should know your limit. If you're out there being drunk and acting stupid, why should you be able to do that? Of course, the police are going to have a certain jurisdiction over that situation, but if you're just being respectful and you're not harming anyone and you're doing what you do, and you can say, okay, well, I'm not exceeding the limit, I'm still able to drive, I'm not intoxicated, why shouldn't you be able to go to a public park and drink a beer responsibly? Why should you have to be harassed? Now, in every situation I've been in, whether you're doing something wrong or doing something that's not wrong, you're still being harassed by the police on one situation or another. I've been harassed by the police for just sitting in my car doing nothing. Listen to the radio. Hey, what are you doing? Where's your ID? Where's your registration? Is your car insured? Is your car inspected? Did you pay your county taxes? This is just simply out of the realm of what's acceptable or not. And we have given our power over to the state to just allow them to harass us for no reason at all. Okay, if I'm publicly drinking a beer or if I'm just publicly sitting in my car listening to the radio, what gives the police the right to harass me unless I am a menace to society, unless I'm on the street cursing people or offending people or assaulting people? There's no reason for that. Because what happens in these situations, Oh, here's a black man. He's sitting in his car. He's enjoying the radio. He's not bothering anybody. Hey, you, what's your name? Oh, let me see your ID. Oh, where do you live? Oh, have you ever been arrested? Oh, is this car yours? Oh, is it registered? Is it insured? Has it been inspected? Did you pay your county taxes? No? Oh, okay, this leads for probably room to a citation. Oh, let me search your car. Oh, what's this? Oh my God, I found a joint. Oh, now you're under arrest. Now you're incarcerated. Now you're facing charges. Now you're facing possible jail time or fines or probation or a misdemeanor on your record. You know, this thing is just way out of control. Now, me personally, I think that police have a position in life to protect and serve, to keep the peace. This is something that they're sworn in to do. But by giving that authority, they're given that authority. Remember, you're just dealing with individuals with a job. They chose to get a job through the state, through the government. The government gives them their power. They swore in to protect, to serve, to keep the peace, and then they abuse the power by going out and harassing people particularly of particular demographics or particular physical features. And then that leads to one thing under another. Oh, your car is not insured. Oh my God, I found a joint in your ashtray. Now, it's a whole different problem. All this because somebody is trying to clear their head in the public park. Not being a menace to society, a working citizen that pays taxes, a responsible person, a father, a son, a husband, a wife, whatever you say. What right does an individual who is given power by the state have to do with that? That person is just a citizen. He's not harming anyone. He's not being a menace. Leave him alone. You know, there is no reason why police should have to harass individuals. It's just ridiculous. It's getting to a point where it's not even that they're doing their jobs anymore, that they're getting to be a burden. And their power is given to them by the state. These are just individuals who are just being assholes. You know, I've ran into more asshole cops than I have, okay, cops. Some cops have been cool, but most cops, for the most part, are assholes. They just give you a hard time for no reason and then move on about their way, or their goal is to arrest you and get one up on their arrest record. Like I said, their power is given to them by the state. You know, they're sworn in to protect and serve, to keep the peace. Okay, given a weapon, a handgun, mace, tear gas, a billy club, a squad car, a microcomputer there, radio devices, sirens, lights, deadly arms, a shotgun, a rifle, a handgun, a stun gun. I mean, so if you don't comply, that they'll keep you in line with one of their many weapons. And if they are unable to control you with those many weapons, then they're able to call for backup of somebody that will get you in line. So it's all about submit. And what I'm saying is that under this authority, it is unnecessary, because that's not what we pay our governments to do. We pay our governments to do exactly what they're sworn in to do, to protect and serve. And by a right of this individual who was born here on this planet, chose to be here, you know, this planet is covered by 25% inhabitable land. 75% of this land is underwater or is uninhabitable. 25%. These monarchs have taken control, particularly the British monarch has taken control of every land, even the oceans, and declared it as theirs, and then they govern them by their laws. Who said that this was theirs? This is yours by right. By being born here, you're entitled to this. And as long as you're not harming any other living species, if you're not harming yourself, if you're not being a menace to society, a menace to anyone else's society, then you have a right to do as you please on this land. Who give them the right to deed this land and sell it and as an exchange for this deed, you have to pay money, and you've got to be governed under certain laws. And if you don't govern under certain laws, then we send our police to detain you and to arrest you because you don't comply to our laws. This is ours. This is our planet. This is our. We already deeded this inhabitable land as ours. We deeded the seas and the oceans as ours. And if you don't comply by our laws, we will send our police out to detain you, arrest you, and be tried in front of our courts. And then, if you're found, you have to pay fines. You have to be convicted and subject to imprisonment or probation because you didn't follow our laws on this planet. And you could be doing something totally that you feel is right, as long as you're not harming another individual. You're loving your neighbor. And if you don't comply with this other things, you're loving your neighbor, you're respecting your society, but you're not complying with the laws of your land that they set aside, regardless as to how ridiculous they may be, then yeah, we'll send our police over to arrest you, detain you, and give you a hard time. And if you don't comply, well, we'll use force, deadly force if necessary. So basically what this video is all about is about police and police authority. I say this very, very seriously. Watch out. And right now I'm residing in Panama City, Panama. And for all you expatriates down here who think it's different, leaving the United States or leaving Canada because you think it's a police state, no, this is a police state down here. They have more cops down here than roaches. Metro Police, Vehicle Inspector Police, Special Police, cops on foot, cops on bicycles, cops on scooter, cops on motorcycles, trucks, jeeps, anything just to fuck with you when you're doing nothing. So no, down here every state is like this, every republic is like this, every government is like this. I mean, but the solution is, I think, by declaring your own sovereignty, feeling in your mind, your heart, your body, your soul that this is yours. This is your property. This is yours. And as long as you're loving and respecting your neighbor, do what you will. Shit, go. You should be able to have a beer in public. You're not harming anybody. You're not intoxicated. Just enjoy a beer with some friends out in the park. Smoke a joint. It's not like you're out there shooting up or smoking crack in the parking lot. I mean, these cops, this society has given way more control. And the more that you're influenced by their money and their power, you know, I'm looking at this shit right now down here. These people are all gung-ho about these elections down here. These politicians ain't going to do nothing for them. They're not going to change their lives one bit. It's just like a football game or something. You got flags out here. Who's the best candidate? They're all controlled. So you know, that's what it is, people. And look out for yourselves. Declare your sovereignty. Fuck these police out here. Not all police. I'm just saying fuck those police who want to abuse their power in any country and just use it to fuck with people. I mean, if they're out there doing their jobs, protecting the peace like they're supposed to, and protecting and serving, more power to them. But if they're just asshole cops like most of them that I come across in my life, then fuck you, do your job. And I'm out. There you have it. Peace.